Hello and welcome into Devils in Detail headquarters here in downtown Phoenix. I'm here with Ethan Schmidt. My name is Nick Batters, and the Arizona State hockey season's almost over. Ethan, what have been your thoughts on this season so far?
Yeah, Nick, coming off the series this past weekend against Simon Fraser, Sun Devils won 8-1 in the first game and then 4-1 in the second game. They sent off their seniors. Well, you asked me about the season as a whole. You know, I really think it's been a quality season for the Sun Devils. It's been a struggle, obviously. We've talked about it all year long. First full Division I season, but I think it's huge because when we look forward in the future, players are going to be like, where can I go that's going to get me a job? You know, they can't go play club hockey if they have NHL kind of dreams.
Exactly.
So for Arizona State to move up to Division I is just huge for them, and they're going to start getting these NHL caliber recruits. And this team can only go up from here. It's going to build up so fast, and I'm excited to see what happens. And
you know, it's interesting that you mentioned the club team and the seniors, because of the guys that were graduating today this past weekend, it was senior weekend. Saturday was senior night, and of those 4 guys, 2 of them were on that original ACHE team that won the championship back in 2014, one of them being goalie Robert Levin. What kind of effect do you think that these guys leaving is going to have on the program?
Well, obviously, Robert Levin's losing him is going to take away a lot of leadership. He was really outstanding for the Sun Devils, just, you know, really having to take on the challenge of playing these high caliber teams in NCAA Division I. It was probably tough on him, you know, because there wasn't always a lot of defensive help, and we know that, like, you and I know that they got shot on like all season, just a high amount of shots Robert Levin had to face. And I'm sure it's tough on him mentally at times, but knowing that he stayed strong and he got hot down the stretch, really being a leader for the Sun Devils, I'm sure they're going to miss him, but they do have a great future ahead, especially with Ottawa Senators draft pick Joey Decord.
Yeah, and the goalie future looks really bright for Arizona State. Joey Decord, Rylan Pashovitz. It looks like Decord isn't going to play the rest of the season. They're going to let him calm down, get all rested up and everything like that. But the Arizona State Sun Devil team is starting to look a lot better right now. You have guys like Brinson Pasichnuk stepping up. Greg Powers told me he's one of the best players on this team. Who do you think from the ASU roster needs to step up in the final series? It's in a couple weeks. They're playing in Kalamazoo, Michigan, and against the United States U18 team.
Well, Nick, yeah, they're going to Michigan to do that. I think it's just going to be a developmental game. Let the players that didn't get as much ice time all season kind of get to start in that first, second line kind of form, kind of show what they're made of. You know, just take on the challenge and play hockey, because obviously it's not going on the record. Just kind of a scrimmage type deal. Learn your game. Feel it out. Know what you want to work for next season, because it's a long off season. There's a lot of time to work things out. I'm sure the Sun Devils notice some kinks, you know, going through this first full Division I season. So they just gotta even everything out, find their game, and try to see who could step up next year. And you asked me who. Personally, I think you're right. Brinson Pasichnuk had an amazing season. Greg Powers is all over that, and I know that young man, and Brinson's gonna just keep climbing. He's really been a blue line leader for this team.
And one of the interesting things, the Arizona State Sun Devil hockey season, the NCAA play part is over. They're finished with their NCAA slate. However, they did play a non-NCAA team in Simon Fraser, who actually led their conference coming into this series. Now, these games don't count in the record for either team, but it's really interesting to see how much the Arizona State Sun Devil team has developed over the past year or so. Personally, I think the biggest place that they've made improvement is special teams. Where do you think Arizona State has made the biggest improvement?
Well, yeah, you just said it. Special teams. At the beginning of the season, that first series against Notre Dame, it was just. It was beyond terrible, you know. They just didn't seem to have control of what they wanted to do, taking these careless penalties, putting their team on the odd man out advantage. You know, down one man. It's really tough to win games when you're down one man, and especially against these high caliber teams, you know, like we mentioned in Notre Dame, you lose 9-2 when you get over 10 penalties in one game, and that's bound to happen. And then later in the season, their first game of the series against Quinnipiac, they took 10 penalties and they lost the game because Quinnipiac cashed in on three of the power plays, and they won by 3 goals. So, you know, I think it's just something that we noticed it did get better, right, Nick? So, you know, and even going to the offensive side, the power play, you got to cash in on your opportunities. When you got that one-man up advantage, you need to take advantage of it, and it really helps out the goaltenders too when they know that their team can score goals and kind of keep the pressure off their backs. But since you got to cover the Simon Fraser series,
unfortunately, we're actually out of time. Got to wrap things up.
Okay.
But like you were saying, the Simon Fraser series, it was absolutely fantastic. Brinson Pasichnuk, he had a hat trick in that first game. 2 of them were power play goals. So going right off what you were talking about, the Arizona State team, they have a really bright future. And if you want to catch any of our additional content, head over to devilsindetail.com. Only a couple weeks left in the season, but still a lot of writing from Ethan and I going forward. So again, he's Ethan Schmidt. I'm Nick Batters. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you.